they are not your friends. Have you ever thought that people who smile and say hello might actually not like you? Marcus Aurelius, a wise old thinker, once said we should work together like our hands and feet do. However, in real life, people often act like they don't know each other. Ideally, we would all support and care for each other. There wouldn't be any wars or conflicts, and strong connections among people would make everything smoother. But reality often doesn't match this ideal. The fact is, some people might not like you or feel comfortable around you, and you can't change that. True friendships and love are built on handling and overcoming difficulties, including rejection and anger. Here are 15 clear signs that someone may not really like you, even if they act friendly. Watch the whole video to discover lessons and values you can't find anywhere else. Let's start. Number 1. Sometimes people just aren't interested in connecting with you. You don't need fancy or profound words to bring two hearts closer. Think about those long chats with your best friend over simple things like a favorite slice of cake or the odd shapes of stars. It's comforting to know someone's there to share both the monumental and minor moments with you. Conversely, signs of disinterest are clear when someone avoids connecting. If they meet your attempts to chat with silence or abrupt responses, it might be a sign they need their own space and time to think things over. Now isn't the time to push for a connection. Rather, it's a moment to understand and respect their need for personal space. Acknowledging this space is the first step toward building a deeper bond. This approach echoes Stoic principles about knowing oneself and accepting limitations, as well as respecting others' boundaries to foster meaningful relationships. It's based on Stoic beliefs of accepting what we cannot change and focusing on personal growth and genuine connections. It can feel hurtful to think people don't care about you. Naturally, we all want to feel noticed and appreciated by others, but it's crucial to remember that people's behaviors are influenced by their own emotions, experiences, and intentions. If you feel neglected, consider. Self-reflection involves examining your actions and behavior. Are there any habits you have that might be influencing how others perceive you? Sometimes, small tweaks in how we communicate can significantly affect others' responses. Maintaining a friendship requires clear and honest communication. If you suspect someone is indifferent toward you, it's worth expressing your feelings calmly. They may not even realize how their actions affect you. Try to empathize with them. They might seem uninterested because they're dealing with their own issues or stresses, which could be affecting their behavior. Showing empathy can help deepen your connection. Boundaries are essential in any relationship. If someone seems uninterested despite your efforts to engage, it might indicate that the relationship isn't beneficial for either of you. Concentrate on nurturing relationships with people who value and respect you just as you are. Surrounding yourself with supportive and caring people can help you cope with feelings of being unimportant. Remember, it's common to feel overlooked sometimes, but it's important to keep perspective and not let these feelings dictate your actions or emotions. Invest your time and energy in yourself and in relationships that bring you joy. Number 2, lack of trust can hurt our relationships. When we share openly and show our true feelings, we make ourselves vulnerable, which is key to forming deep connections. If this vulnerability is accepted, it can lead to strong bonds that overcome doubts and fears. However, trust isn't always easy to build or keep. Sometimes it's hard to be completely honest and open. People might pull away, creating a barrier of doubt and mistrust. This happens especially when you're wary of others, and they start questioning the quality of your interactions and even your intentions. This mistrust isn't about wanting to harm, but from a lack of full belief. In these moments, you might feel frustrated and disappointed, especially after trying hard to connect. Now, it's important to see the value in patience and perseverance. You can't force someone to trust you, but you can encourage them by taking small, significant steps. Building trust is an ongoing journey, not a final destination. Acceptance and understanding open doors that initially seem closed. By staying honest and open, you not only prove your courage and strength, but also slowly dissolve the barriers of doubt, paving the way for genuine, lasting relationships. This approach reflects Stoic philosophy, which values inner strength, resilience against external pressures, and forging meaningful connections through honesty and persistence. Lack of trust is a major issue in personal and work relationships, and even affects society's structure. Here are some related points. Relationships with others. Good relationships are based on trust. When there's no trust, it can cause doubt, fear, and arguments. This mistrust might come from past betrayals, communication issues, or different beliefs. Work environments. Trust is crucial for teamwork, productivity, and job satisfaction. If employees don't trust their managers or colleagues, it can disrupt collaboration, stifle innovation, and hinder the company's overall success. This distrust may stem from micromanagement, dishonesty, or lack of transparency in decision-making. Societal structures. Trust is essential for a functioning society. Stability and unity depend on people trusting their government, legal systems, and neighbors. When trust is lost due to misconduct, corruption, or social divides, it can lead to disorder, division, and a breakdown of social harmony. Rebuilding trust. Restoring trust requires time, effort, and consistent actions. Everyone involved needs to be honest, accountable, and transparent about their actions. Effective communication, setting clear expectations, and proving reliability can help mend trust in many situations. A lack of trust can also impact mental health, leading to anxiety, stress, and feelings of isolation. Repeated lies or betrayals can damage a person's confidence in themselves and others, making it difficult to form genuine connections or take informed risks. When there's mistrust, it's important to discuss it openly, show empathy, and strive to understand the reasons behind it. Rebuilding trust is achievable, but it demands dedication from all parties. This can involve therapy, mediation, or sincere apologies and actions. Number 3. Shown through body language. In the diverse world of human interactions, body language acts like subtle tones in a symphony of relationships. Every gesture is meaningful, and the space between two people is more than mere silence. It speaks volumes about deep emotions. As understanding, love, and care grow, we often close the physical distance, our gazes lock, and our movements invite others into our personal space. However, just like the moon hides its dark side, people sometimes mask their feelings of rejection and distance. When someone feels uneasy or rejected, they may shield themselves with protective body language, avoiding eye contact and closing off their posture with crossed arms and a step back, signaling a need for space. This defensive stance is a basic human reaction to protect oneself from harm, signaling a need for personal space or expressing wariness or distrust. However, these signs can also stem from simple misunderstandings or fleeting emotions. It's crucial to pay attention to these cues, as they are significant indicators that help us learn about and understand the world around us. Understanding body language is a key step in addressing and mending relationship rifts. Learning how to interpret these silent signals not only helps us avoid unnecessary hurt, but also teaches us how to express our emotions openly and honestly. Body language includes movements, posture, facial expressions, and gestures that reveal a person's feelings, desires, and thoughts. It serves as a powerful non-verbal way to communicate feelings and thoughts. Here are some common types of body language and tips on how to interpret them. Facial expressions. Smiling indicates happiness, friendliness, or agreement. Frowning suggests sadness, displeasure, or disagreement. Raised eyebrows can mean surprise or skepticism. Narrowed eyes may signify anger or doubt. Making eye contact suggests interest, confidence, or attentiveness. Hand gestures. Nodding typically shows agreement, understanding, or encouragement. Shaking your head usually means disagreement, disbelief, or disapproval. A thumbs up is a sign of agreement, approval, or support, while a thumbs down indicates disagreement or dislike. Pointing generally directs focus or attention. Body posture. Standing with arms open suggests willingness to listen, confidence, or openness. Crossing your arms or legs indicates defensiveness, discomfort, or disinterest. Leaning forward often shows interest, engagement, or attentiveness, whereas leaning back might mean relaxation, boredom, or skepticism. Slouching indicates tiredness, boredom, or low energy. Hand movements. Using hand gestures can emphasize points, clarify messages, or convey excitement. Fidgeting often indicates nervousness, anxiety, or impatience. Tapping fingers or feet usually signals impatience, boredom, or restless energy. Mirroring happens when you subconsciously imitate someone else's facial expressions or body language, showing empathy or connection. Shifting your weight might suggest discomfort, uncertainty, or readiness to move. Understanding body language can enhance communication, improve relationships, and help you interpret others' feelings and intentions. However, it's crucial to remember that cultural and individual differences can complicate the accuracy of reading body language. Number 4. Communicate assertively. Picture navigating the complex web of social interactions, where a fascinating aspect is observing how people convey their feelings without words. Particularly when dealing with someone they dislike, people's reactions can range from openly showing dissatisfaction to subtler, less obvious signs. Some individuals openly express their dislike by criticizing or insulting directly, while others mask their feelings behind a facade of social etiquette and expected behavior. They maintain stiff smiles and choose their words carefully to project harmony and avoid conflict. Yet behind this polite exterior often lies resentment or even anger, evident in their passive-aggressive actions. A cold stare, a backhanded compliment, or a significant pause might be their ways of expressing displeasure indirectly. It's not necessary to call out every sign of dissatisfaction. Rather, it's crucial to recognize that every interaction, positive or negative, conceals deeper insights into the relationship dynamics. Learning to interpret these signals can help us avoid conflicts and might even aid in repairing underlying issues in the relationship. While assertive communication can be beneficial, it's essential to use it judiciously and treat others with respect. Here are some key points to consider when you need to communicate directly. Clarity of the message. Ensure your message is concise and easy to grasp. Avoid being vague or unclear. If you want your message to be understood, be direct and explicit about what you're saying. Confidence. Confidence is crucial when communicating assertively. Your tone, body language, and word choice should all reflect certainty in what you're expressing. Being confident helps capture attention and makes your message clearer. Assertiveness over aggressiveness. There's a difference between being assertive and being aggressive. Assertiveness involves standing up for yourself and expressing your thoughts and feelings respectfully. Aggression, however, involves hostile and threatening behavior. Aim to be firm yet polite, without being confrontational or angry. Paying attention when listening. Effective communication requires speaking your mind and listening to others. Pay attention to what others are saying, demonstrate understanding, and show respect for their viewpoints. Consider their perspectives before presenting your own. This balance can enhance dialogue and mutual understanding. Choosing your battles wisely. You don't always have to be confrontational to make your point. It's wise to choose carefully which issues you stand firm on, using assertive communication only when necessary. Reserve it for times when it's essential to clarify your stance, defend your rights, or discuss significant matters. Maintaining your calm under pressure. When under stress, it's easy to react negatively. However, maintaining composure is crucial for effective communication. Even in challenging situations, take a moment to collect your thoughts before responding decisively. Provide evidence and reasoning. Support your statements with facts, evidence, and logical reasoning. This approach not only strengthens your arguments, but also enhances your credibility. Providing solid evidence helps others understand your perspective and can bolster your case. Respect others' boundaries. While it's important to be clear and direct in your communication, respecting others' feelings and boundaries is equally vital. Avoid being overly assertive or dismissive when others express their viewpoints. Even if you disagree, it's crucial to treat everyone with respect and consideration. Try to empathize and see things from the other person's perspective, which can transform your approach into one that is more respectful and effective. Seek optimal solutions. Aim to find solutions that benefit everyone involved, rather than just serving your own interests. Search for common ground and negotiate agreements that are mutually beneficial. Effective communication isn't just about being assertive. It's about expressing your ideas clearly, politely, and convincingly, while remaining receptive to others' perspectives. To excel in assertive communication, practice regularly, know your strengths and weaknesses, and continuously strive to improve. Number 5. Impatience towards you. Our steps, actions, and even thoughts are often influenced by our relationships. In any relationship, patience and kindness act like invisible threads holding us together, helping us navigate challenges and disagreements. However, these threads can quickly break when someone doesn't genuinely like us, exposing a harsh reality. Harmony isn't always achievable, as evidenced by relentless arguments and baseless disputes. Your every move seems to disappoint and irritate them, and even during peaceful moments, your presence might suddenly darken their mood. You find yourself in an environment where anger and dissatisfaction are common, and bitterness fills the air. But this situation might also offer deeper insights. It could prompt us to consider whether we're doing something that makes the other person uncomfortable, or if fundamental disagreements exist. Persistent disappointment not only indicates a lack of compatibility, but also highlights the importance of mutual respect and knowing when to step back for personal reflection and growth. Drifting apart isn't necessarily a failure, but a sign of maturity and self-awareness. Life's relationships aren't always straightforward, but through difficulties, we learn about patience, compassion, forgiveness, and self-love by establishing boundaries and protecting ourselves from undue hurt. Number 6. Partial listening. Listening well is a skill that not everyone excels at. When we are truly interested in someone, we listen intently, trying to grasp and connect with every word and story they share. Yet, in some relationships, you might feel that you're only partially heard, listened to by someone whose mind is elsewhere, causing your words to seem lost in emptiness. This inattention becomes apparent when responses are lacking, signaling a lack of investment in you or the relationship. Feeling only partially listened to can leave you feeling neglected and undervalued, which can be deeply unsettling. It's crucial at such times to evaluate your self-worth and the role of the relationship in your life. Exiting unhealthy relationships where you feel unappreciated can be a vital step toward finding and nurturing genuine connections. Aim to surround yourself with people who offer a full symphony of engagement, not just scattered notes. Listening is often viewed as a passive activity, but it actually requires active engagement, including focus, attention, and empathy. In today's busy world, full listening is rare as distractions abound and attention spans shorten. When we fail to truly engage with the speaker and understand their entire message, our listening is incomplete. This can lead to misunderstandings, strain in relationships, and missed opportunities to connect and grow. Important points. Handling multiple tasks while dealing with distractions. In today's world, with constant notifications from phones and social media, it's easy to get distracted. While multitasking might seem efficient, it often makes listening more difficult. Handling multiple tasks at once can mean missing crucial details during conversations. Assumptions and prejudgments. We all carry biases and preconceived notions that can cloud our judgment and alter how we interpret what we hear. Inadequate listening occurs when we anticipate what someone will say next, or allow our biases to influence our understanding. Interrupting and quick responses. Sometimes we might interrupt a conversation to add our thoughts before the other person has finished speaking. Responding too quickly without fully understanding the other person can lead to misunderstandings and frustration. Lack of empathy and understanding. Empathetic listening involves being open to seeing things from the other person's perspective, even if we disagree. People often listen inadequately because they fail to comprehend or empathize with the speaker's message. This lack of understanding can hinder effective communication. Improving your listening skills. Focus on the speaker. Maintain eye contact and demonstrate your interest through both your verbal responses and body language. This practice is known as active listening. Avoid interruptions. Allow the other person to finish speaking before you begin to share your thoughts. Suspend judgment. Keep an open mind and refrain from making judgments or assumptions until you fully grasp what the speaker is conveying. Ask follow-up questions. If something isn't clear, don't hesitate to ask questions. This indicates your desire to fully understand the speaker's perspective. Reflect on the conversation. Take a moment to consider what has been said before responding. This shows that you've genuinely listened to and considered their viewpoint. Incomplete listening is a common issue that can impede effective communication and damage relationships. By recognizing the typical errors made during inadequate listening and actively working to enhance our listening skills, we can forge deeper connections, better understand others, and enrich our interactions both personally and professionally. Number 7, they always dodge you. Building consensus within a broad network of relationships is crucial for laying the foundations of personal and social development. However, achieving consensus is not always possible, particularly when interacting with individuals who are not engaged in this process. Sometimes even subtle gestures can inadvertently signal rejection, diminishing the significance of our presence. It's surprising that despite physical proximity, our main forms of communication might be limited to impersonal emails or texts. Some may even strategically learn your schedule to avoid meeting during common breaks or lunches, maintaining a deliberate distance. When unexpected meetings could occur, excuses often arise to avoid interaction, reflecting a clear intent to keep distance. This behavior not only highlights their discomfort, but also underscores a deeper, perhaps unmet, desire for meaningful connection. Recognizing that not everyone will appreciate or find comfort in your presence is a part of personal growth and self-discovery. It encourages us to reflect on the types and depths of relationships we aim to cultivate. In these dynamics, while intimacy may not be readily achieved, understanding the importance of each relationship becomes more crucial than ever. Number 8. Being excluded from meetings. In the symphony of life, we all want to join in the dance where friendships flourish. Yet, for some, this yearning remains a distant dream, serving as a painful reminder of the deep-seated issues in human connections. It's not just about missing out on important meetings. It's about realizing you are being deliberately isolated, even as others around you are included. Whether it's being sidelined in professional settings or feeling left out from the warmth of social circles, the experience of being ignored can be deeply isolating. Such situations not only cause us to question our worth in the eyes of others, but also prompt us to consider whether we want to remain in a group that does not value our presence. Sometimes being overlooked is not merely a rejection, it's a signal reminding us to seek new relationships where we are appreciated and can find our rightful place. Remember, your worth isn't measured by the number of invites you get, but by the quality of the relationships and the happiness you cultivate. Life is too short to linger in the shadows of exclusion. Seek out friendships where you feel valued and loved. Number 9. They don't want to understand you. In our quest for connections, being understood is not just a wish, it's a cornerstone of all enduring relationships. Yet, when confronted with disdain and disinterest, the hope for mutual understanding can turn into a solitary struggle, an ongoing internal conflict. A clear indicator of this issue is when someone makes no effort to comprehend your views or cherish the principles important to you. Our battle isn't solely for recognition, but also to maintain self-belief. It's crucial to acknowledge that while the solitude of this struggle is challenging, our true strength lies in self-awareness and self-love. Recognizing our own worth and significance helps illuminate the shadows cast by misunderstanding, paving the way for more meaningful connections where mutual understanding is natural and given. Have you ever felt that despite your efforts, the other person simply didn't want to understand what you were saying? As frustrating as this experience is, many of us encounter it at some point. Such challenges occur for a reason, and understanding them can equip you to manage similar situations better in the future. How to spot and understand the signs. Sometimes it's obvious that someone doesn't want to understand you. They may constantly interrupt you, dismiss your ideas without consideration, or outright avoid engaging in a meaningful conversation. Other times, the signs are subtler. Their body language or the way they respond might reveal a lack of interest or comprehension, even if they appear to agree or nod along superficially. Understanding the reasons. Everyone carries their own set of beliefs, biases, and preconceived notions that can influence decision-making and the ability to understand different perspectives. Fear often plays a significant role too. Some people may worry that embracing your viewpoint could challenge or change their own beliefs, leading them to avoid listening to you altogether. Additionally, communication barriers such as language differences, cultural misunderstandings, or distinct ways of thinking can complicate the process of achieving mutual understanding. How to deal. Staying calm is crucial. Reacting with anger or annoyance can escalate the situation and make clear communication more difficult. Practice active listening. Demonstrating that you are engaged and attentive can sometimes encourage the other person to reciprocate, even if they initially seem unresponsive. Show empathy. Even when you disagree with someone, try to understand their perspective and respect their views. Be persistent and patient. Change can be slow, so don't be quick to give up. It may take time for the other person to reconsider their stance or for the situation to improve. If issues persist and seem irresolvable, consider mediation or involving a neutral third party to help facilitate the discussion. Letting go. Sometimes it becomes apparent that no matter how much effort you put in, the other person is not open to understanding you. In such cases, it's important to recognize when to step back. Persisting in fruitless arguments or trying to convince someone who's unwilling to listen can be draining and ultimately futile. Instead, focus your energy on interacting with those who are receptive and willing to engage in meaningful discussions. Realizing that someone doesn't want to understand you can be disheartening, but it's crucial to accept that you cannot control how others perceive or respond to you. By learning to identify such situations, understanding their causes, and employing effective coping strategies, you can handle these interactions with dignity and resilience. Surrounding yourself with people who value understanding and kindness can lead to more fulfilling and rewarding relationships. Number 10. Trusting your intuition. Throughout life, we often face critical moments of choice and decision, standing at the crossroads, unsure of whether to move forward or retreat. In these moments, the faint whisper of intuition becomes our guide, serving as a compass or a beacon in times when logic alone isn't enough to clear the shadows of doubt and fear. Intuition is a fundamental aspect of human nature, bridging the gap between mind and soul, offering insights that transcend conventional thinking and knowledge. When our heart and mind are at odds, intuition often serves as our life raft, guiding us towards what feels inherently right or wrong. However, fear and doubt can cloud our judgment, rendering our intuitive feelings vague and uncertain. It may signal that something crucial is amiss within us. Perhaps it's time to trust our inner voice unequivocally. Life is too fleeting for endless self-doubt and futile attempts to sway our deepest convictions. It's crucial to cherish genuine relationships with those who understand and love us, and let go of those who cannot accept or relate to us. As we journey towards happiness, we may need to leave behind burdens too heavy to carry. Intuition isn't just an individual whisper. Sometimes it's a collective voice urging us to let go for our greater good and to seek what truly matters. It's a call to freedom, reminding us of the importance of following our true path. Number 11. They keep their world to themselves. Sharing often symbolizes trust and friendship, but some people prefer to maintain a distance and keep their lives private, which might suggest they feel detached. Those who care about you usually share their happiness, sadness, and new experiences, making you feel included in their world. Conversely, someone who doesn't favor you might keep their thoughts and plans hidden, never allowing you into their personal space. In a connected world, exchanging ideas and experiences is key to fostering empathy and understanding. However, not everyone is comfortable with opening up about their personal lives. This concept teaches students to appreciate and accept different viewpoints by exploring why some people are hesitant to open up. It aims to help people appreciate diverse perspectives, encourage open-mindedness, and improve dialogue about differences. Understanding this behavior's cultural and societal impacts shows that openness can be valued differently around the world. Some cultures prioritize privacy and individuality over sharing personal details. People's willingness to open up may be influenced by societal expectations, past experiences, or traumas. Previous negative experiences like betrayal or judgment might cause someone to be more reserved as a protective measure. Those who have endured traumatic events might withdraw and keep their inner lives private due to fear of judgment or rejection. Additionally, personal traits such as shyness or low self-esteem might lead someone to keep their thoughts and emotions to themselves. Fostering respect and empathy. Actively listening helps people understand others without judgment or interruption. Create a supportive environment by acknowledging their feelings and thoughts. Being honest, respectful, and understanding cultivates trust. Show that you are reliable and discreet, reassuring others that their secrets are safe with you. Develop empathy by putting yourself in another person's situation to appreciate their perspective. Recognize and accept their emotions and opinions as valid, even if they differ from yours. To grasp why some individuals are reluctant to share their personal experiences, it's important to be understanding, respectful, and open-minded. By recognizing the influence of cultural background, past experiences, and individual behaviors, we can foster a more accepting and empathetic society. Understanding various viewpoints and forming deeper connections with others can be achieved through attentive listening, trust building, showing understanding, and engaging in open conversations. Number 12. The power of silence. Silence can say more than many words. In relationships, we often think we need to fill quiet moments with talk. However, if someone genuinely dislikes you, their choice to stay silent is deliberate, meant to distance themselves. This silence isn't just about feeling lonely. It can also make you feel unimportant or unwanted. Intentional silence occurs when someone chooses not to speak, and this very absence of words can carry deep meanings or messages. Silence can express emotions, thoughts, and intentions more powerfully than words. Here are some examples where silence itself is meaningful. Respectful silence. This type of silence is shown to honor or remember someone. It often occurs during special moments of tribute. Reflective silence. This silence gives people space to contemplate their emotions, experiences, and ideas. Listening silence. Here, a person remains quiet to fully absorb and comprehend what another is expressing. It indicates attentiveness and understanding. Shared silence. When two people sit quietly together, it can deepen their bond and understanding, even without speaking. Quiet for reflection. Silence is useful for reflecting on life's big questions, such as our purpose or beliefs. Conflict resolution. Silence. During an argument, a pause of silence can help everyone cool off and think before speaking again. Active silence. Choosing to remain quiet can be a strong stance, especially when avoiding responses to questions or grievances. Expressive silence. Silence can create suspense, emphasize an idea, or evoke emotions in art, literature, or music. Ultimately, meaningful silence focuses on the message the silent person is conveying and their context. Much can be communicated through silence without uttering a single word. Number 13. They never talk about a future with you. A clear indicator that someone might not truly appreciate you is their lack of including you in future plans. If you're absent from their visions of the future, it shows they don't consider you part of their long-term life. In contrast, someone who values you will share their dreams and plans with excitement, often inviting you to join them. Recognizing that someone doesn't envision a future with you is crucial to understanding where the relationship stands. Here are some points to consider. No long-term plans. If your partner avoids discussing future plans that include you, such as vacations, major events, or even minor plans, it might indicate they don't view you as a significant part of their future. Vague answers. When you inquire about future plans and they respond evasively or shift the topic, it suggests they are reluctant to make commitments with you. Lack of enthusiasm for joint planning. A partner who sees a future with you will openly discuss shared goals and dreams. If they seem uninterested in such conversations, this could be a warning sign. Valuing individuality. While maintaining separate identities in a relationship is healthy, if your partner consistently prioritizes their own plans and goals over yours without considering your needs, it might indicate they don't view you as part of their future. Avoiding future discussions. If attempting to discuss the future makes your partner uncomfortable or they dodge the topic, it may suggest they're not prepared to commit to a future with you. Inconsistent actions. Mixed signals from your partner, such as sometimes discussing future plans with you and other times avoiding it, can create confusion about the direction of your relationship. Trust your instincts if you feel like they might not be fully committed. Paying attention to these subtle cues can help you navigate the situation more effectively. Number 14. They ignore your emotions. When someone truly cares about you, they are attentive to your emotional needs and respond appropriately to your feelings. In contrast, a person who consistently overlooks or dismisses your emotions, whether you're feeling sad, joyful, or angry, might not truly value your inner world. This lack of emotional engagement can be deeply hurtful, as it sends a message that your feelings are unimportant. Over time, this can create a sense of isolation and insignificance, making you feel as if you're alone, even when you're together. It's important to recognize this pattern because it reveals the depth of the person's commitment and empathy towards you. Emotional connection is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship, and without it, the bond remains superficial. Noticing how someone responds to your emotions, especially in times of distress, can tell you a lot about their true feelings towards you. If you find yourself consistently unsupported emotionally, it might be time to reevaluate the health of the relationship and consider whether it's beneficial to continue investing in someone who doesn't appreciate the full spectrum of your feelings. Number 15. Rarely reaching out. Understanding minimal contact initiators. A relationship should involve mutual effort and enthusiasm, with both individuals eager to connect and share experiences. However, if you find yourself always being the one to reach out, initiate plans, or start conversations, it could indicate that the other person isn't as invested in the relationship as you are. This lack of initiative can lead to feelings of loneliness and the sense that you're more of an acquaintance than a priority. When one person is responsible for maintaining the entire thread of communication, it not only becomes exhausting, but also creates an imbalance that can strain the relationship. This situation often forces you to question the authenticity and future of your connection, as true interest is typically accompanied by active participation and enthusiasm. A healthy relationship requires effort from both sides to thrive. If you notice a continuous pattern where you are the only one making efforts to keep the relationship alive, it might be a sign to have an open discussion about each person's expectations and interest levels. Understanding whether this lack of initiative is a temporary issue or a permanent trait can help you decide how to move forward and invest your emotional resources wisely. As we conclude our exploration of the 15 clear signs that someone might not really like you, it's vital to recognize that understanding people and relationships involves many steps. Each sign we've discussed, from a lack of effort to understand you to outright avoidance, highlights the importance of learning about ourselves and the value of forming genuine connections. Realizing that someone may not appreciate or respect you can be disheartening, but it also offers an opportunity for personal growth and to find those who truly value and respect you. Through these challenging realizations, remember that our happiness and fulfillment don't hinge on everyone's approval, but rather on the relationships we actively choose to nurture. It's about finding those special few who truly understand and accept us as we are, sharing life's journey in its most authentic form. I'd love to hear from you now. Have you noticed any of these signs in your relationships? How did you handle realizing that the other person might not be as interested in you as you thought? More importantly, how has this affected how you view relationships now? Please share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below and let us know how you've moved past these challenges. Your stories could help others facing similar issues. Remember, every experience, no matter how tough, contributes to our life story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on relationships and personal growth. Your involvement helps us create a supportive and understanding community. Let's navigate the complex world of relationships with wisdom and kindness. Thanks for watching. As always, until next time.